Hello guys, welcome to the channel. I mostly do mid-level tool reviews, some low and high end sprinkled in, as long as some car tech tips and repairs. This will be a tip for today, I guess you'd call it. Much requested video. I never got to it. I have a lot of requests as the channel grows, but keep them coming because I love it. I love the feedback. This is for a DIYer, advanced DIYer, semi-pro. I consider myself a semi-pro. I never did it professionally, but for 45 years, I've worked on anything and everything. You need a well-stocked shop. Time is money. If you got to run out for one nut and bolt, you're wasting gas and you're wasting time, and you're going to pay more for the piece. You're better off buying them by bulk. Let's go a little bit closer here, and I'll show you what I stock. I try to keep my shop well stocked at all times. I'll start from up the top here. I stock machine screws, 440, 632, 832, 1024. I start with quarter-inch nuts and bolts. I get the washers, lock washers, nuts, and all different lengths. Then I go to 5/16. These are all coarse. So that'd be quarter 20, 5/16, 18. I got the washers, nuts, lock washers, and various sizes. Then I go to 3/8. I go to 7/16. I go to 1/2 inch. I go to 9/16. I go to 5/8. I go to 3/4. I even have 7/8 because I used to work on excavators at one time on the side. Down here I just got all kinds of screws and stuff. Up here, let's see if you're seeing this all right. Let me turn the camera a little bit over here. Up here, these are all fine thread. You know, instead of being quarter 20, you got quarter 28. These are all the fine threads. Same sizes over here, but fine thread. And down here you got various stuff. You got nails, screws, staples, rubber bands, whatever. Castle nuts. I stock castle nuts. I stock 7/16, 1/2 inch, and 9/16, and 5/8, and 3/4 inch castle nuts. Anybody doesn't know what a castle nut is? Any steering component's going to have that. You know, you put a cotter pin through it. Those are important to have. Let's move down over here a little bit for you. It just makes sense, guys, to stock a lot of things. It's just time and money. I stock a lot of lug nuts. I have maybe 5 or 6 sizes of lug nuts that I stock. Razor blades, body bolts. This is the metric side. I start with 4. I got 6, I got 7, I got 8, I got 10, I got 12, and I got 14 millimeter. I got lag bolts, not necessarily for stuff for cars, but for the house maybe. Various clamps down there. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of money, but it pays for itself over the long run. Over here, I got a table set up just to show you what I got here. I don't usually keep it on a table here. Got to have these little push pins here. Not push pins, but I call them Christmas trees for panels, car panels. Springs, you got a spring assortment. This is extension and compression springs. Brass washers or copper. These come in handy, guys. Super handy. They're a little bit on the expensive side, but very handy to have. I stock all kinds of clamps. These are fuel injected clamps, I think, here. I stock those. There's just more there. I got a bunch of them. There's something, guys, that's really handy to have. O-ring kit. Oh my God, O-ring kit. I use that all the time, guys. Very, 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 very handy to have. Let's see if I can get it a little bit lower here so I can get in here. Fuses. That's just a store-bought. That's Harbor Freight there. Rubber grommets, you know, when you're going through your firewall, anything electrical where you don't want to short out a wire, you got to have those. This is a master brake kit, brake line kit. Different fittings, different assortments here. It's kind of heavy. Hopefully I don't drop it. This is expensive, but you can see all the stuff you get here. Very, very handy to have. If you make your own lines like I do, you gotta have this, guys. That set was expensive. I can't remember what it cost, but I think it was oh god, well over $100 for that set. Gotta have that. Just some more clamps. This video was much requested. Snap rings. Grease fittings. These are going to be for like U-joints. You know, sometimes if I'm working on it, I always got spare ones here. Hold on. I always got spare ones. All kinds of, the inner clips, the outer clips, they're all in there. A well-stocked shop, guys, is the way to do it. I'm telling you right now. You'll save a lot of money in the long run. Those are set screws. Starter shims. If you ever done starter work, I got all kinds of shims, different thickness. I got starter bolts. The starter bolts always got that knurling. That's how you can tell a starter bolt. See that knurling on there? They always got knurling on them, so they don't loosen up. Cotter pins. Never reuse a cotter pin. Any steering component, especially, not good. Always replace your cotter pin. Trying to get good information, guys. That's here's some more fuses. Those aren't Harbor Freight. These are good fuses. Auto fuse. These are some good name ones here. Sometimes I work on a car. I'll pull, if there's nothing wrong with a car, before I junked it, I always pulled out a lot of fuses. This would be when I'm doing anything to do with shocks and stuff. I always keep spare bushings. I don't know what's that on there, paper, but I always keep spare bushings and stuff for the shocks. Let's move it over here. That's not everything, guys. A well-stocked shop is very important. Pardon the mess here. I got stuff going on there. I don't know. I got to work on that skag. I got to finish that Kubota there. I got a cylinder that's pissing out fluid. This is the other part of the equation, guys. You need to be well stocked. I'll just try to get it in here for you if I can. Over there is more of the stuff I just showed you. I always stock filters. I have customers' cars. I don't have a lot of cars. I used to have maybe 30 customers on the side, plus my own, plus family. So there's probably 40 I worked on usually. Probably 40 at any given time. I am retired now. I'm 64 years old. Those are filters. I stock lights. I got a spare fuel pump for a Honda because Honda fuel pumps seem like they go. And I got a lot of Hondas. An old carburetor, Edelbrock. You get the idea. Lubricants. You know, brake fluid, oil, a bunch of oil down there, spray paint, more filters, all kinds of stuff. Never sees, penetrating oil, Seafoam. You guys ever heard of that? That's a frame racing filter, and I don't know, bunch of other stuff, but you get the idea. You got to have a well-stocked shop. And it's important, guys. It saves time and it saves money. That's going to be it for today's video. And I'm starting a USA Made series. That's going to be pretty soon. I'm just trying to get some of these requests out of the way. And sometimes I have so many of them, but keep them coming, guys. I really, really like it. I got to work on that Kubota tractor. I got so much stuff to work on. All right, guys, that's it for today. I had a request for this, probably a lot of it a while back, but I finally got to it, so I feel good about it. Hope it helps somebody out there. Take care, guys.